am here today with a very, very interesting event that has not happened for about 2,800 odd years. Okay, so this is the conjunction of the three hardcore superpowers Mars, Rahu, and Uranus in the sign of sidereal Aries, which is Bharani Nakshatra, 24 degrees. They are uniting. So now it's pretty interesting because this is happening in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So there's a kind of a beginning, the beginning of something that is very important for us to understand, because Aries is all about new beginnings. And with Aries comes the fresh energy of swift activity. Okay, there it is the season of spring, right? And it is all about newness. It is all about it's ruled by Mars, right? And it has within it the energy of fire, and it has within it the initiatory energy, initiations. Okay, uh, so right now we are going to see the birth of very many new things because it's happening in Aries. Okay, and Aries is all about newness, freshness, but it's also about Aries because Mars has a lower vibration. In lower vibration, we can feel the difficulties that Mangliks face, for instance. Okay, people who are Manglik right now are really facing it because there's an Angarak Yoga formed. Angarak Yoga is the coming together of Mars and Rahu. Okay, two energies that are fire, and Rahu always amplifies. So there's this energy right now which is about everything new, everything technological, because both Uranus and Rahu have to do with technological new beginnings. And here we see the ultimately we can finally now look at the deep cosmos, and we can study time itself with the James Webb telescope. So there's a lot of that kind of energy right now where we are looking into space, like peering into our own souls, where we are finally discovering the source of the Big Bang. We are finally being able to get a glimpse of the radioactivity, the microwave activity that was left by all that cosmic debris, all the cosmic stellar gas that exploded during the Big Bang. And the interesting thing with James Webb is that it's not only studying infrared, the short infrared and long infrared, but it is also taking us into an exploration of ourselves. Like, where did the Big Bang come from? And it's all cyclical. That's what we are realizing. So many ancient teachings, esoteric ancient teachings are now coming to light or life, shall I say, because we are now finally discovering what space looks like, right? And every single atom in our body was made by a star. We don't know where. So it's like we are the stars, we are the universe, and through the technology of the James Webb, we are finally getting a glimpse of it. And it's about been 3 decades that they've been trying to ideate about James Webb, and trying to study after what happens after Hubble, because James Webb is not a an upgrade to Hubble. It's a successor. So we have a new generation of space exploration, and many people may not be excited about it, but now Rahu and Uranus are going to bring this to the forefront of our psyche, that look not only at the beautiful nature around you, but look out there, what lies in the vast expanse of space. It boggles the mind to see all these beautiful cosmic structures, and all this kind of, like, literally things that we cannot even imagine seeing because we don't see infrared. So, with this, and it all happened after Saturn went into Aquarius, sidereal Aquarius, and James Webb has they've had so many difficulties. I remember, and I've been following the story for a while because I am inherently interested in space exploration. So I have been following the story for a while, and it was supposed to be out in 2015, and then delays happened. And I was thinking to myself that this is only going to be possible, James Webb and all of this information, not only possible to see, but to make palatable for comprehension. It's okay to see something, but how much do we comprehend it? So all of this is only going to come in with this Saturn in Aquarius. And what do we have now? Initiating a new era of space travel, cosmology and crazy things that are up above. Comes this profound conjunction of Uranus, or Prajapati as he's known in Vedic astrology. Uranus is Prajapati. Prajapati built the universes. So he's almost like a Brahma, Prajapati, Uranus. So Uranus has within it all the creative seeds and the thought forms that can bombard us right now. Get amplified by Rahu's tendency to amplify, to look to the future. For there is a future. And I believe that we are not very far from AI singularity. There is this kind of complete polarization happening right now, once we are, looking at a large 18 mirrors has combined, octagonal 18 mirrors has combined to create the James Webb that's drifting through space, discovering, what it means to be human. So we have that happening, and we've got this diabolical war energy that is coming forth with Mars and Rahu and Uranus being the wild card, and we've got Ukraine crisis that's going to definitely explode into something. So we've got two worlds happening almost parallel, and they're going, one's going straight where we are progressing. All the progress is never linear. But for the sake of brevity, for the sake of, making it more palatable, I say that one side of society is going straight, progress, space exploration, exoplanets, the Fermi paradox and how to address that. And the other side is going into communalism, rioting, nationalism, grab the woman by the pussy, stuff like that. So we've got these two divergent ideologies now. And I believe all of this will come to a standing still with AI singularity. And that is not far away. I've been waiting for AI singularity. I mean, it's all okay to say, oh, I hate AI singularity, fuck that, fuck this. But no, this is the time, this is the moment. It's like saying that, oh, during the Industrial Revolution, saying oh no, I don't want the Industrial Revolution. It doesn't matter what you want. This is it. So face it, stand up and look towards it. Because without the Industrial Revolution, much as it has been a nuisance to Earth and its, sustainability, without the industrial age, we would not be on the threshold of discovering the cosmos. It's all okay to say, oh, put some food in everybody's plate and children are hungry. I mean, children are hungry because of greed, not because we are doing space exploration. All right, NASA has spent about $8.8 billion with James Webb, and that's not a lot of money. There are many, many billionaires. Just if the billionaires came together and decided to chip in and create the James Webb, it would be possible. It's like I was watching this documentary, and James Webb has cost us that much that if we, all of us on Earth, I think one coffee a year. One cup of Starbucks coffee a year is allowing us to go to space, to look at time before the Big Bang. What was there before the proof of the cyclical universe? So this is the moment when, yeah, some people are going to be like war, uh, drone deployment, uh, you know, missiles coming from the sky. And the other world is looking to space, is looking to the cosmic pillars of Carina Nebula and feeling like they've lived, they've breathed. There's something as exquisite as that out in space. And every atom in our body has come from interstellar debris. It's like we are the stars. As Carl Sagan famously put, we are stardust contemplating stardust. So it is a moment of great reckoning as we, move. I have a lot of interest in occult cosmology. A lot of interest in occult cosmology and how things started, and because I believe that Tantra is and not I believe, it's what every Tantric is taught, is, you have to understand space. For Tara is space, Kali is time. So time and space are intricately interwoven, intrinsically interwoven, the fabric of our consciousness. Plus, I am, of course, Satavisha Nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu. So, and Mars is also my Atmakaraka. So, Bam, Mars being my Atmakaraka, Rahu being, the holder of my moon, the key holder to my moon, I feel this, right? And of course, Uranus is super important in my chart as well. So there's this, and if you look at Western astrology, I have actually Uranus and Acrus. The hallmark of the astrologer is the star Acrus, which is at about 12 degrees tropical Scorpio. So it's actually pretty profound that all of this connection, and I also believe that you cannot be an astrologer if you don't look up to the heavens above. For you have to want to know the beauty of the stars above, to be able to study them, to be able to want to listen to what they have to say. Otherwise, what's the point? Right? So I, for one, am deeply excited. Astronomy is very necessary for tantrics, for astrologers. It is very necessary. So if you do not have this connection to cosmic structures, if you're not moved by when you see images of the deep space through James Webb, then I mean, maybe, you have other things to do before you can look there. But for one, I dream of the stars, and I dream of supernovae and all that kind of stuff. So for me, this is actually a moment of great importance. For my Atma Karaka is meeting the key holder to my nakshatra. And they are being joined by the whacked out, lord of electrical vibes, Uranus, or Prajapati, or Brahma himself. So I am excited. I'm not totally scared. There are fearful components to this. Like I said, that one part of the world is going to emphasize on the fear, on the wars, on the cataclysmic events that happen, and there'll be another part of humanity that concentrates on going forward with love, with compassion, with humility. For when you look at cosmic structures, you cannot but feel a little bit humble. So it's actually a moment of great reckoning for many people to understand that there is a future, and the future is beautiful. For you have to make it beautiful. Yes, there will be wars. Yes, there'll be war posturing. The Ukraine story may flare up. People can have more accidents, more road rage. Angarak yoga, I told you, is a highly malefic yoga that is formed when Mars and Rahu come together. So it's honestly a time of great catharsis as well. For Uranus, never just, shocks us for nothing. Uranus brings for us a kind of an awakening that must be had. For it is only then can we truly understand and comprehend the power of Prajapati or Uranus. To understand that, yes, difficult things do happen. Yeah. And actually in Sri Vidya, we thank the goddess as we thank Ganpati for all the difficulties that come to us. For it gives us an opportunity to tune in to a deeper place within. So you can look at a problem as, oh my God, a problem is coming. Horrible astrological alignment, I don't know what to do. Or you may think of this as a reason to want to tune slightly inwards, As Timothy Leary says, turn on, tune in, no, turn off, turn off, tune in, drop. Maybe it's a time to do that. Turn off a bit from things that are causing you distress, tune in, and drop off. Drop off as in not drop off with drugs, but drop off with the nonsense chatter. Just drop it. Pursue something. Look at something that excites you. I mean, everybody has something that excites them. Everybody. So maybe it is time to understand that, to feel that connection to the stars above as, we are flooded with these images coming to us from deep space, beyond time. At the creation of the Big Bang, what put the bang in Big Bang? So this is the time to do that. And of course, prepare for AI singularity. And this conjunction is definitely a harbinger or a heralder for AI singularity. Because Rahu signifies technology and Uranus signifies technology. And them coming together in fiery Aries, and Rahu is insatiable, headless, fiery, Mars fiery, Angarak Yoga fiery, Aries fiery, fire, Pitta imbalances can occur. But it's a time to understand that technology is here to stay. And technology will be a big part of our lives if you don't already think that. Or if you've been living under a rock. That's a statement I don't like, living under a rock. I don't like that. So I'm going to shift it. If you've not been aware of how technology is actually such an intrinsic part of life, boy, oh boy, you will be aware very shortly. All right, so it's a time now to understand what AI singularity is going to bring, to embrace what AI singularity is going to bring for us. Changes. Yes, there'll be problems. Yes, there'll be mass surveillance. Yes, we are possibly going to, kind of like a dystopian Black Mirror saga could come out of this. But why should we only concentrate on dystopia? When there are these phenomenal structures out there in the universe, why should we just focus on the problems? Problems will occur, they come and they go. Life is like that, up and down and up and down. So why not embrace this conjunction? Om Hreem Prajapate Namaha will balance Uranus. Om Kram Krom Kreem Sa Bhamaya Namaha or Mangalaya Namaha will balance Mars. And Rahu, Om Bhram Bhreem Bhrom Sa Rahave Namaha or Om Rang Rahave Namaha. Rang activates the fire element, Rahu's fiery. So Om Rang Rahave Namaha. Of course, this is going to play out for you as to, where Aries falls for you. But there is good news that you can, by tuning inside, by tuning into the planets within, all the planets exist within too. So you will be able to get the best out of this. And it can show you a different world. It can change your perspective, right? Thank you. It can change your perspective. So many astrologers are doing fear mongering on YouTube. As my client tells me, I don't really have time to watch other astrologers or other astrological updates, honestly. I wish I did, but I don't. So I've just been hearing from my clients and how scared they are. Ursula K. Le Guin novel, Fash. I don't understand what you say. Hello. Okay, so what were we talking about? So that's how you balance them, or drawing the yantra of Mars. I have the yantra of Mars as a video drawn for you and put there. Now, who is the one entity that balances all the Navagrahas? It is Ganesha. So Ganesha mantras, you don't have to do 3 different mantras for Uranus, for Bhoma or Mangal and Rahu. You don't. You can just invoke Ganesha and Ganesha will take care and protect you. So Ganesha mantra is Gang. Om Gang. And we have this on the 1st is actually Nag Chaturthi, and on the 5th is actually Nag Panch, on the 2nd is actually Nag Panchami. So there's a lot of this kind of crazy Kundalini energy with, snakes in Sanatan Dharma are associated to the Kundalini. So keeping in mind that there's going to be a ton of changes, there's going to be technological rebirth of sorts. Uranus is going to bring all of this crazy information from all across. Crazy information from all across the space, and is going to give it to Mars and Rahu. And Rahu is, as I said, hungry for more. If say you have Rahu in the 1st house, or Rahu in a Kendra house, or say if you have a Rahu rule nakshatra, then this feeling of insatiability. You're not satisfied. Yes. My dogs are all such hardcore tantrics. Totally. I can't tell you the crazy experiences I have with them. And I have black female dogs. Rahu. So Mangal, Rahu and Prajapati. What is the message that they bring forth? Start looking at the world in a new way. Start looking at all the glories of the universe. Look at what positive changes AI or technology has brought to your life. Also look at what negative changes AI has brought to your life, or technology or computers. See how you can work with that. Sit down, journal. Uranus brings this wild card, it's like a wild card energy. So brings about this cosmic downloads. You're like downloading with this. And Rahu is just saying more, give me more. So as I said, many astrologers are going to tell you that, hey, there's going to be war, or there's going to be problems, or there's going to be the Ukraine scenario is going to flare up, natural disasters, death by fire, drone deployment. Yes, I acknowledge that. That is very possible. But astrology, always gives us this, it's not a block universe that we believe in when we do astrology. We deeply believe, especially Vedic astrology, we deeply believe in the free will, which is why we have Lal Kitab remedies, which is why we have planetary correctional remedies by which you can correct a malefic influence. So what is that if not willpower? So at this moment, you have the ability to exercise that willpower. To be like, okay, I understand that there are going to be problems. Even if you face problems, there'll be road rage, accidents, take care of. Some people will be having surgery. Mars also is blood flow, so blood-related complications, right? Elderly will feel this quite heavily. All of this is going to be like, it could be some kind of doomsday prediction if you wanted it to be, because, you know, that's what Uranus, Neptune, and Rahu will bring for many astrologers, a kind of a doomsday prophecy. But I don't think so. I look beyond that, and I seriously think that there's going to be a lot of growth, a lot of growth. A lot of mindsets will be changed. A lot of people will look to something new. And, you know, for me, it's my 9th house. So 9th house of higher knowledge, higher truth. Yes, everything has a positive and a negative, because there's not just anything that is purely negative, or there's not just anything which is purely positive. That is the first rule of life. You date a guy, he's so perfect, yum, but gods have clay feet. You're going to see that, oh my God, he leaves the toilet seat up, yuck. He piddles around everywhere in my loo, yuck. He stinks, yuck. Or okay, maybe even if he doesn't stink, he doesn't brush for 5 minutes like I do, twice a day. Doesn't have good dental hygiene, yuck. Hates animals, yuck. So it's like everything is good and bad. There's nothing by itself that is absolute good or absolute bad. Like I said that in Tantra, the mindset is, thank God I have this obstacle. Like, wow, okay, what am I going to do with this obstacle? I'm going to grow. I'm going to beat this. Okay, that may again amplify the competitive trait, beat this. But it could be like, you know, I just want, I will not succumb to it. I can rise above it. There can be atonement. So 9th house is very interesting, because all of this is happening for me in my 9th house. Foreigners, long distance travel. So I'm kind of excited actually that, you know, it can't be all bad. I don't believe it can be all bad. There will be a huge positive side to it and a negative side to it. And we'll possibly see that playing out, the positive and the negative side. But what are you going to concentrate on? Because ultimately it's you. It's you who has to take this step into discovering what this means for you. Rahu amplifies. So the fear can be amplified. Rahu is also mental delinquency. It's all kinds of abnormal, abhorrent behavior. It's also about subversion, you know, subversion. So revolution is the hallmark of Uranus. So revolutions with subversion, coups, military coups. I don't consider this to be a doomsday. I consider this to be a time of great awakening. For Uranus doesn't just rock your world. Uranus comes with tremendous information. if you are ready to receive and download. Yeah. So there. Changes, changes, changes. 8 hours of death and regeneration. A little bit dies in us every single day. And something is reborn. A little bit of something is reborn. Maybe completely this time. Maybe you're ready to rise up as a phoenix. Who knows, right? So there's definitely this energy of abruptness, but it's inexplicable. You will have experiences that you won't quite be able to explain, because that's what Uranus will do to you. You can't explain this. It's going to appear weird. I have already been having tons of experiences like that. Absolutely surreal. So dream time, because Uranus and Rahu both signify dreams. As Rahu is all kinds of mental imbalances, even in dream time, which is sapna. So dream time, downloads during dream time. It's going to be powerful. Very powerful. Yes, what you need to throw Om Ran Rahave Namaha. Om Ran Rahave Namaha. Or Reem, the Rilekha beach, is actually also fiery. Reem. Thank you. So, Reem, the Rilekha beach, is also okay if you can't remember any mantra, but Om Gang for Ganpati. Om Gang. Or Om Shreem Reem Kleem Glam Ganganapate Varavarada Sarvachanam Me Vashamanaye Swaha. Learning something. I've always seen that Uranus always helps us learn something. I said the downloads that come, and of course decoding those downloads, yes, but also learning something, like physically learn with knowledge. Uranus is higher knowledge. It's beyond Saturn. So, of course, Uchishta Ganapati's consort is Neela Saraswati, who is none other than Tara. So, they are absolutely complementary, Uchishta Ganapati sadhana with Tara sadhana. In fact, I have a student who is doing just that right now. So, it's absolutely complementary. Ganesha Puja must be done before all pujas anyways, as I've already told you guys. It is absolutely necessary. So, there. Now, coming back to the discussion, we have explained Aries, we've explained, okay, what is the other sign Mars rules? हाँ, बिल्कुल, वही करते जाओ, बिल्कुल. रिंग स्रिंग हुंग फट, माँ तारा के लिए, फट फट एक्चुअली. फट फट बोलते हैं मगर गलत है, फट. सो रिंग स्रिंग हुंग फट एंड ओम गाम और उच्छिष्ट गणपति की हंसी पिशाची लिखे स्वाहा. बस यही बताओ तो ठीक है, यही मंत्र उच्चारण करो. So back to Mars and Mangal. What is the other sign that he rules? Scorpio. Again, death and regeneration and kind of a rebirth. So Mars has this kind of crazy energy where Mars in the lower dimensions is all about war and strife and blood, but Mars is actually Sanat Kumara or Kartikeya, the younger brother of Ganesha. That's why we tell one of Ganesha's name is Skanda Purvajaya Namaha. Skanda Purvajaya Namaha. Mars is Skanda Kumara. Mars is Sanat Kumara. So in the lower vibrations, Mars is war, bloodshed, competitiveness, combativeness, strike, accidents, strife, killings. Oh yeah, of course, school shootings could happen at this point. So or some kind of like terrorist attack could happen. Lot of covert operations, because whenever you have Rahu with Mars in Aries, which is so militaristic, you are going to have covert operations. And believe you me, all of these, I mean, I know for sure that RAW in India, our secret service, we follow astrology. So if there is some kind of covert stuff that needs to be done, then we do it. And I know China follows astrology. And I know Russia is extremely occult minded, and so is America. And here you're talking about the four biggest countries, pretty much, right? Russia, India, China, America. So, and I can tell you this, that the superpowers, the generals, okay, they do look at astrology. So bam, when you see and I tell you, tropical astrology is great for archetypes and all of that stuff, but when you're making predictions, okay, or when you're understanding someone's life, or when to strike, or when to do something, it's always Vedic astrology. So I can tell you that whoever they are, Big Brother, Illuminati, and all of that, they are aware of this Angarak Yoga amplified by the wildcard Uranus. Covert operations, and who's their army right now with this? Think about it. Before we had guys with guns and backpacks, and now you just have one kid sitting in front of a computer, fully loaded, and he is flying the drone thousands of miles away in a completely different country. It's possibly a child. Aries, children, kids, youth. Disturbance will be caused by youth. So these kids, yeah, they're sitting with their hi-fi joysticks, and there they are deploying drones in Iraq. It's actually Iraq, but Iraq or Iran, right? Or China on India. I don't know. I mean, I have predicted China and India come together. Yeah, no. A lot of people have told me this. A lot of people have told me. See, I had to drop my notes and make a big mess, as usual. But please, just give me a sec. And I am back. Like in the old ads, you know, you'd be like, hello. All right, anyway. So let's get straight back to the conversation that we were having. Is it a bit tilted? I can never tell. Because my tripod is it a bit tilted? Like, okay. I know. So clumsy. All this is getting me excited. And so, you know, in that excitement, I like, chuck. Chuck one, chuck two. Yes. Oh, it's fine. A little bit of humor is always fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So youth. So we have these kids in some basement somewhere that are deploying drones. You don't need armies anymore. Hello, this is again another thing that's going to come up. The way we do warfare, the way we practice warfare, the way we intimidate other countries, the way we send our spies. Yes, the way we send our spies, the way we gather intel. This is going to change. The way we gather intel, yes. I always kind of thought I would be a crazy good spy, right? I mean, I always fancied like, you know, I could be a spy, but nah, no such luck. So, yeah. But I could have been a good spy, you know, I have that Rahu, subversive, 7th house moon, opposite Leo, my ascendant, where I've got all these planets all stacked up. I could have been a good, and Mars, Atmakaraka, so kind of like warlike, if you look at the lower vibrations. But righteous, That Sanat Kumara, Skanda Kumara, the six-faced god Skanda Kumara. So, through Kartikeya, Skanda, who's going to recruit me? I mean, no one's recruiting me. Here I am on YouTube with 9 people watching. Guys, I want to be a spy. Anybody in the CIA? No, I don't want YouTube to demonetize my video just because I decided to do a little comedy. So I am gonna, no, no, not Crowley, no. I don't know. I don't know who could be who I'd like to be. I would say Mata Hari, but I don't know. No, I have to really think about it. Really think about it. But I could be a good spy. I have a way with languages. I could pick it up and there, like, hey, MI6, bitches, it's me, yeah. No, Mata Hari's too done. Anytime a female talks about being a spy, it's like, hello, for the lack of anybody else, I want to be Mata Hari. But a good spy is never known. So now spyware, right? Like not spyware like computer spyware, but the craft of the art and craft of being a spy is going to change with this conjunction. If there are any spies watching, let me know. But you get the point, right? It's going to be like covert, a lot of covert stuff's going to happen. So there. We have that. Amplification by Rahu, mental delinquencies, mental imbalances popping up. Because that's what Rahu does. This is amplify, amplify, amplify. Insatiable hunger, right? No body to digest anything. So there's no balance. It's this feeling of just do it more and more and more and more and more. Like that. That can happen. So yeah, people could be heavily doing drugs at this point just to keep abreast of the energy, like just to be like, okay, I don't know, I have to get through this. I have to get through this. How am I going to get through this? So let me just do drugs. Let me just stay holed up somewhere and let this time go. Fear, libido, hello, yes, libido, sexuality, Mars, sexuality, Uranus, unconventional sexuality. The need to dominate, because Rahu's forceful, dominating, fire, Mars dominating, Uranus likes to just, get weird. So this whole thing of dominating, bondage can be very appealing because you have this sense of, fire, right? Fire just runs through everything. But when you're feeling that, you feel this sense of not being able to ground yourself. And at that point, you feel like, if you're like swaddled, in Japan, adult swaddling is a huge thing. So because they have such high stress lives in Japan, right? They get back home and they are swaddled. So bondage is a kind of a way to feel close to the womb frequency. So yeah, people are going to definitely look into bondage. People are going to look into other forms of sexuality, different types of sexuality, maybe like, Aries is the head. So, there are some orifices that I can think of right here that, might be used. But, you know what I mean? Like different things, just engaging with sexuality in a different way. So, 8th house, sexuality, Fabio or Fabiola, somebody had just left a comment, 8th house. So sex and the way you experience it, there's a rebirth to that. So yeah, it's going to be fun. There's going to be more experimentation with the way you experience sex. A kind of a wanting to have sex. So this energy, and Mars is Swadhisthana. So once you go into the chakras, that's like another video discussion, actually. Color therapy, chakra therapy, number therapy with this. So this is all for personal consultations. If you want to know what chakras are getting affected, what deities to work with, Mars is Bagalamukhi. Okay, hurling. Um, Rahu is Chinnamasta. Whom, whom, whom. And Uranus is actually Brahma Prajapati, and his Bij is Saraswati Bij Aim. So Maim, right? I've told you the Mrigi Mudra, you can just do Om Aim Vada Vada Vagvadini Aim. Om Aim Vada Vada Vagvadini Aim. Mudras are very powerful at this point. If you're going to, yeah, I have to make an announcement, is that I will be back with a lot of videos on Apsara Sadhana, because I've just been commissioned by a very dear friend from Lucknow to make videos on Apsara Sadhana. I don't know if there'll be videos, but there will be a big video on Apsara Sadhana. So that's coming up. Tons of occult stuff that is going to interest people. Believe me, it is occult, the rebirth of occult in a way, right? Because as I was saying, that Mars in its low vibration is all this war and sex and all of this. But in the upper frequencies, Mars is the force that makes you a daughter of, or a son or a daughter of the divine, and transforms you from just daughter of a man. Mars is a necessary force. Without that force, there is no emancipation. Without Mars raining down that fire, there is no awakening. Sanat Kumara. Without Skanda, there is literally nothing. The will to take action is Mars. Rahu pushes us towards all things futuristic. You know, there could be hubris at this point. Yes, egos, gigantic egos. So, as I said, that everything is a strange intermingling of so many different energies that you can just be astounded and think that, oh my God, did that happen? Or is this happening? Surreal experiences. You cannot ignore them. What rises within, if you do not acknowledge it, will become noise. So you have to acknowledge what rises within at this time. For if you do, you will come out of this reborn, more youthful. You see, we are a youth-centric culture, right? We want everything to be youthful. So, Aries gives you that opportunity. Connect to that youthful part of you. Let Rahu amplify that. And I don't mean that time when you were you were a junkie or you were doing heroin and up your veins. No. What do I mean by youth? I mean that exuberance, that feeling that you just can't be defeated, that the world is your oyster, that everything is out there for you to take. You're young, you're vibrant, you're beautiful, you're desired. That part. Many of us lose it as we grow up, and it's like nobody tells us we are beautiful. So you're like, yeah, we don't believe we are beautiful anymore. But when we were young, so many people would compliment us. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're sweet 16. Like, so does she. Always gorgeous. You know that Cleopatra actually set out her designs to be a queen at the age of 17. I mean, 16 plus. So, women at that age, they're so experimental. We lose that as we become mothers, we become wives. Society tells us to live in a certain way, adhere to certain rules. But now maybe is the time to just connect to that, sorry, to that part of us, sorry. Feel that the youth pulsating in our veins, that feeling of being radiant, vibrant. So maybe that is a good opportunity. This conjunction's definitely a good opportunity to do that. And Uranus can make you young, look very young too, feel young, exercise, activate a stagnant part of your energetic field. Energy clearing, that is what Uranus is about, energy clearing. All of this stagnant energy, it's clearing, it's clearing. And you know, through all this, the mist and the fog, you can finally feel the awakening. It's a new world out there. Are you listening? Are you ready to come and play? You know, how when you were young and your friends would say, hey, hey, can you come and play? And how you were so excited to just go down and play. That feeling, that is lost as we grow older. Nothing excites us anymore. Like, yeah, great. Party, yeah. You know, how excited we were when we were teenagers. Like, yeah, we're going to party Saturday night. Oh, yeah, we're going to go there. Oh, yeah, it's a picnic. That excitement can be had again. So, as you can see, by intuitively looking at something, just so much of the field opens up. Sanat Kumara is the force. Mars is the force. Without that force, without that power to take action, the will to take action, I will do it. I don't care. I will do it. That can be destructive. I give you that. Again, nothing is good, nothing is bad. But that want, feeling youthful like Aries, like Mars, like, yes, it's a new day. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to feel alive again. That is what this could do. That. Like I said, for me, it's emotions. The mind is getting amplified by this Angarakya Yoga. Mars being my Atmakaraka. So I'm like, yeah, hello, I'm here. I'm waiting for something nice to happen. Like, hello. You guys too. Please wait for something nice to happen. And another thing is that happiness is not outside of you. Excitement is not outside of you. You know, you make it that happiness. Thou make it that happiness inside. So are you ready to embrace this doomsday conjunction that so many astrologers are like, no. It's a day of magic. I mean, see, 1st August to about 31st October. So, yeah. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to grow your occult knowledge? Are you going to receive those downloads from Uranus? Are you going to let Mars give you the power, the force, the sword of Mars? You know? Like, what was that King Arthur's sword? Oh, how can I, was it Lancelot? What was that King Arthur's sword? Was it Lancelot? No, Lancelot was a knight. Excalibur. Excalibur? Was it Excalibur? Yes. So feel like you are King Arthur right now. Excalibur. And you have that Excalibur. Has been given to you by none other than Mars. So take that Excalibur and clear out. Don't kill anyone. No. Clear out the debris that is blocking the progress of your soul. Take that Excalibur and feel like King Arthur. feel like you're in night. Right? I mean, see, it's imagination also, because Rahu, mental stuff, um, this Uranus brings with it almost like a vivid imagination. Although we do associate Neptune or Varuna to imagination because it's all things watery, but Prajapati, how can Prajapati build without imagination? So Uranus has the key to imagination. It's a time of profound downloads, imagination, what worlds you can visit in your imagination, then ultimately in your meditation. So to counterbalance the appetite of Rahu, we need meditation. I know you're not going to realize shunyata at the very beginning. Many stages to realizing shunyata, but face and head migraines possible. Don't junk up on chemical tablets. Do jalaneti, which is drawing water from Ida Nadi, releasing through Pingala Nadi. Have you done that? Taken a tiny little jalaneti pot, take fresh drinking water and hold it like that in your nose and out the water through here, and the water comes out through there. It's a beautiful process. It's called jalaneti. And it can clear out all your migraine. Of course, activate the water with mantra before you do it. Attitude of gratitude. Nothing works like the attitude of gratitude. For then Mangal becomes Sanat Kumara. Then Mangal becomes Skanda. When you realize that he is Kartikeya. So use this energy, use this time to grow, to feel, to experience, to imagine, to connect. No one's going to tell you you can connect with Rahu and Mars and Uranus and Aries. Wrong. You can if you want to. So for me, it's like, as I said, Jalaneti, sweetie. Jalaneti, okay? If you can't do Jalaneti, then the best thing to do is pranayam, anulom vilom pranayam, or kapalbhati, or downward dog, if you can. All right? So, having said all that, I think, did I miss anything? Let's do a quick. Too fiery, too fiery. So don't let anything negative add fuel to that fire inside of you. If it is a creative fire, then sure, go ahead. If it's a sexual fire, go ahead. But no forcing anyone, no harming anyone, no animal cruelty, please. If you feel compelled to do something, then please, I suggest run, jog, make love. Don't force yourself on anyone, but make love to someone who loves you, or even if it's someone you met on Tinder, great. Okay, go ahead, but do not harm anyone. If you can practice ahimsa at this time when himsa or anger is going to be on the rise, it's going to be at the peak with this Angarak Yoga. But if you manage to practice ahimsa, this is like swimming against the tide, right? Swimming against the tide. It's difficult, yes. But imagine what you feel once you've accomplished it. It's like, wow, I did it. Shit, I didn't think I could, but I did it. And you will. So, all right, now let us understand Bharani. Bharani is the sign of Yoni. The mudra for Bharani is Yoni. The symbol is Yoni. So, of course, Ain to the Yoni is very powerful at this time. This Bharani is such a sexual energy and ruled by Yama. Yama being the lord of death. You can, if you maintain celibacy, yes, you can strengthen Mars, but also through Tantra, which is Methuna, being a part of Tantra, you can also strengthen Mars. If celibacy is your deal, go ahead, do it. But if somebody is not celibate, what are they going to do? Watch you while you just sit celibate? No. They have their own path. So everybody's path must be acknowledged. Everybody must be given respect. And everybody's path is as valid as your own. Once you realize this, I mean, this is the pursuit of Brahmagyan. This is discovering Brahmagyan. Being celibate is fine, absolutely fine. But if you're not, what are you going to do? Tell someone who doesn't want to be a celibate, there, be a celibate. That is not being truly a celibate. Repressing sexual urges is not being a celibate. You're repressing. Repressing is just going to create more demons. Where are those demons going to swim? In the unconscious? So, Bharani is ruled by Yama, the god of death. As I said, there is death and there is life. And there are two sides of the same coin. So Yama is very dangerous looking. Even in the Sri Chakra we worship Yama. And Yama is visualized as exceedingly scary looking, wrathful emanation. So Yama is the deity associated. Planet of Bharani, Venus. Hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance. Yes. Venus brings about hormonal imbalance. So, all of this is happening at 24 degrees. Remember. Now, nature of Bharani is Manushya. That's absolutely perfect. If that is the way you are supposed to get your peace, please, by all means, go ahead. As I said, everyone's path is valid. Everyone is on the right path. And we've got Venus, so hormonal imbalances, wanting to love, wanting to have sex is going to be a big part of this, because the symbol of Bharani is a yoni. Yoni is in all kinds of, creation. From the yoni comes creation. And also interestingly, the yoni or the female sexual organ is actually meant for pleasure way more than the male organ, because the male organ has just only about a few thousands of nerve endings. The female yoni has millions of nerve endings. The yoni is made for pleasure and for pleasuring. So this is the time during Bharani Nakshatra conjunction of Mars, Uranus and Rahu. Great day to pay obeisance or celebrate the power of the yoni. Alright? And Manushya, as I said, so all things that are like, that deal with the human condition. Alright? Please, this is not the time to come and ask me about your birth details. Book a reading. And I'm not going to tell you over here, obviously, start checking your birth date. I mean, let's use a little brains. Maybe this Aries brains, right? With Uranus amplifying this. Yes, temper Temper is a big thing. Uranus amplifying this. Maybe it'll be time we use our brains. We got one. Why not use it? Another thing is, as I was saying, temper. Temper. It's really hardcore. Hardcore. So do not lose your temper. At that time, start chanting Om Rain, Rilekha Bij. The sound of utter enjoyment, Rilekha, ring, ring. Mars is Om Kram Krim Krom Sa Mangalaya Namaha. So even Chrome will do it. Okay? Chrome. Om Krom Namaha. Om Krom Namaha. Om Krom Namaha. Om Krom Namaha. Or Om Kram Krim Krom Sa Mangalaya or Bhaumaya Namaha. If you're offering something to them, Swaha. All right, now, what else can we do right now? Oh, okay, we've got a Bharani discussion happening. So we've got Manushya. We are going to be, talking about things that are important to the human condition, how we live, how we eat, what we do, how can we, better our living condition. Manushya. So, always have to be, yes, thank you. They always have to be related to humanity, Manushya. The motivation is artha, wealth. So, at this time, we will want money. Money. Yes, because I give it away like that, I would expect some nice people to also give back, right? Give and take. But anyway, that's besides the point. Many people don't understand the concept of give and take. So they think just because it's free. But it's not, right? Yes. Amazing how sometimes some people understand and some people don't. But because this is happening in Aries, activating the brain, Uranus bringing in this energy. Can we activate now? Fuck. Got Rahu here. It's not going to happen for fucking 19 more months. 19 years. Months, I'm saying. Years. Rahu will not be back here. Come on, let's do it. Activate that brain. We all got it. Right? So, animal symbol is male elephant. So, please, Ganesha, get a puja done. Start chant. If you don't have the money, then start chanting Om Gam yourself or Om Gum Namaha. Okay, Om Gum Namaha. Called Heramba is one form of Ganesha, and his Chaturthi is coming up. Heramba Chaturthi. So, Om Gang, get your puja done, get your workshop to know how exactly to work with Ganesha if you want to. So, there are ways. Draw the yantra of Ganesha, right? Yes, exactly. And I am so grateful that at least somebody has said it out loud. There is a tip button. YouTube gave me a super thanks. I don't know why. I nobody gives you a super thanks, but YouTube is like, hey, you got a button. Like, see, if you want it, it's there. But yeah, join the membership. So please, really, people. So we've got directionality is west, and the qualities is rajas and a bit of tamas. So Bharani people actually have very difficult marriages, difficult childbirth, difficult scenarios, yama. You have to know the process of death to conquer life with Bharani. So this feeling of dying and then, rebirthing, it's going to be very, very powerful at this time. Very, very powerful. So keep that in mind. And rest problems, right? Health problems. What can we face while this happens? Okay, Venus, hormones, reproduction, Mars, reproduction, penis. So all of that. Take care of your reproductive organs. Venereal disease. Do not go out there. And they're saying that this monkeypox thing actually has now transmuted into a STD. Yuck. So do not catch any kind of STDs. Please stay away from STDs. Face an eyesight problem. Eyes. That could affect some people. No, just better not do anything right now with somebody who is not tested or who's not your long-term partner. Okay, just take care of that right now, especially till 31st October. And head injuries can happen. So take care of that precious little head there. It's holding some very important cargo, the brain, right? Without which we can't do much, can we? But rest. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. See, all this talking about tip, I did get a tip. Whoa. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, now we've got Bharani Pitpat, right? We've got innovation. So as I'm going to end this live, what is the one word we take away from this, please? Can anyone tell me? It is innovation. It's a time to innovate like none other. Let's get innovating in whatever it is that we do. Whatever it is that I do, whatever. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. You didn't have to really. It's okay, but for those people who can afford it, okay, please consider becoming a member of the channel. Okay, it really helps. And buy my books. Got multiple things going on. Readings, pujas, kavachas, books, astrological or tarot reading, energy clearing, Reiki, workshops of Darshan Mahavidya, workshops of Sri Chakra. You know, I'm a Sri Vidya practitioner. So Sri Vidya workshops, all of that. Tina at tinaheals.com. Please, please, please consider buying my Uchishta Ganpati book or my Goddess Kamakhya book. I have not really been able to work on the second book as yet. I've just been so occupied, and then after that I was tired out of my head because, you know, oftentimes the work is so long and, you know, takes so much of my energy that I'm unable to go back into creative pursuits. That is why the memberships are important, to give me the wherewithal. Now I'm going to go and eat now, and then I'm going to come back hopefully, because I just told my husband that fix me a backdrop, because I've got, my neighbors are like entertaining today, and I was all dressed up to go out and do my live, and now my neighbors are entertaining today, so I couldn't possibly do my live. And I'm like, I'm not gonna, I just wore a sari, I'm not going to let that happen. Put me up my backdrop. You know, being in the creative industry, in the film industry, I always have backdrops. Like, put my backdrop on and I want to go to my videos. So I told you, I feel this energy. I would have anyway come to make this last lunation video, but life has not permitted me a moment to gather myself. To gather myself. I wish I could show a bit more of the outfit. It is cute. It's nice. It's very beautiful. Guys like me in yellow. I know that. Yes. You guys know like me in yellow. I know that. I've had like so many emails telling me like, "Ooh, we love you." Oh, by the way, my Rudraksh received blessings from that. They're very, very special, very energized, very active. So, what is coming up today? Today, I'm not sure about a live because I don't know if I can do a live again, but I will want to do some videos, small little videos that on Ganpati that I can keep uploading. Or, I don't know, maybe a live could work. I don't know. Thank you. What do you think? Should I do another live? Will you guys be around in, say, about an hour or so, where we take the discussion from Ganpati, where we left off, and we talk about Ganpati in great detail. Like I told you that all of August. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do want to do it, I do want to do it, and I also want to record like small little videos so I could release one every day. And I've not been able to do that for so long, and I honestly want to do that now. I really, really feel like just mantras, just Dasha Mahavidya facts, not more than like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Then I want to shoot like 40 of those small videos and work for a long time and get them all ready so I can release one every single day. And all that information is invaluable because you will not find it anywhere. And then some mantras on how to thank you. Yes, this is the plan, okay? Because as I said, August 1st is this conjunction, which is tomorrow in a few hours. So I guess a good way to would be to, do another live. Oh my God, you are so amazing, Joan Jones. I love ya. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. See you in a bit. Okay, take care. Bye. Thanks for all the tips. Thank you. Bye.